guys. Goodness gracious, long time no see. I hope all of y'all have been well. Excuse my attire today, guys. I'm sorry. You know I'm the worst at it. All the gear, all the time. I know. It's like a death wish, but y'all, I'm sorry. I hopped on and I done left and realized I don't have what I need on. But goodness, it's crazy how much riding can be like second nature. I haven't rode this bike in what, 3 weeks now, and of course I go out and start it every now and then. I try and start it about every 3 or 4 days, but sometimes it's tough to hit that. And I hopped on the bike today, hit the starter button, boom, she was fired up in less than a second, and she is just going. And stay tuned throughout this whole video because it's a lot I gotta talk about, y'all. Don't bounce early or skip through, because I got a couple exciting things. I figured out my idle has been surging sometimes, and when I say surging, sometimes it'll idle fine, sometimes it'll idle crazy high, and it's not idling low, and it's not stalling, so it's the better of the evils, but still, you want it to be right. And I found out the reason it's doing that is because one of the times I did a carburetor rebuild, well, not a carburetor rebuild, but I lost that, goodness gracious, I keep forgetting the name of that part. It's that part inside your carburetor that hangs onto your float. It looks kind of like a bullet, and that part right there I lost, so I had to crack open my old PZ30 carburetor and use the old one. And what ended up happening is when I used that part, I had to alter it a little bit, and I just think I figured out that's why. But besides that, let's go ahead and talk about some news. If y'all can see, I've been selling quite a few Hawk 250 and TBR7 clusters, and I figured it'd be a fun little idea for a video to give one away. So I'm going to give away a TBR7 or a Hawk 250 cluster. I have TBR7 clusters on hand, so it'll be a really fast ship. But the Hawk 250 clusters I don't have on hand, unfortunately, so I'd have to order them for you. But yeah, whichever way that goes, I'll have you taken care of, and I'll get you a new cluster. And goodness, y'all, I keep forgetting my words. I'll have you a new cluster. But here's the best part. Here's the best part about this. I feel bad if you bought a cluster from me in the past 2-3 weeks or so, and you haven't, you didn't know I was going to give one away. So you're like, why did I buy one before I knew Colin was going to give one away? So I'm not leaving y'all out of this. If you win the giveaway thing, then you are actually going to get your money back that you paid for the cluster. I sell these clusters for $75. Not this one exactly, but I'll put a picture of it up in the video. But so you get your money back if you've already bought a cluster from me, and you win the contest. So contest is going to be pretty simple. I'm going to just basically, that might be some hard work, but we're going to do it anyways. Alright, so all you've got to do is just subscribe, comment when you've subscribed, and let's see, what's a better way to do this, y'all? What is a better way to do this? There is no better way to do this. Okay, comment when you've subscribed, and let's see here, and then I will reach out to you with an email, and then I'll just get everybody set up from there. So yeah, just hit me up with an email from the video. Hit me up with the email when I contact you back on the YouTube comment. Just subscribe and drop your email, and I'll email you, and we'll get everything set up to get you entered. And it'll just be one of those little random number generators or something. Might be bingo, I'm not sure. But what is going on, guys? China Rider NC. I wanted to explain the contest a little better because I know my video was kind of tough to understand. My words were all jumbled up for some reason. I think I was just confused, not confused, but just paying attention to riding or whatnot. But the contest, I need to explain it a little better. For the contest, it is one person per entry, of course, and what I'm going to do is just do a random number generator, one to however many people join,
and I'm gonna let it go on for 1 week. So basically you just keep adding, people keep joining, and 1 week from today I'll stop, and basically everybody that was able to enter will have their number to be able to win it. So hopefully that clears things up, and I will do the win on Facebook Live, but I'll probably have it recorded as well, just so that I can put it on YouTube for you guys too. But awesome, hopefully that clears things up. I also forgot to add that, well, I did explain this in the video, but if you have bought a cluster from me in the past, you are still able to win this. When you win it, you just get your money back that you paid for the cluster.
It'll be something easy, and I just want to give something away because I love this bike, y'all, and I love how everybody else is enjoying theirs, and everybody's starting to get there as Q9 started shipping out Magicians. Let's talk about Magicians. I love the Magician. Goodness gracious, I love the Magician. And after seeing Tanya from the Hawk 250 Enduro Owner Group's Magician that came in, I saw that she had some trouble where they didn't ship hers out with the key. So yeah, that kind of sucks, but I'm just glad she got her bike. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm actually talking with, goodness, who am I talking with? Arlington Power Sports, because I think I'm going to be ordering a Magician from them in the near future. So I'm real excited about that. That Magician is just a mean looking bike, but for people that are curious about Magicians, let's look at a Hawk 250 or let's look at a TBR7. Both very similar bikes. The Magician's a similar bike. It's just got a little, the bones are different. But yeah, so let's talk about that real quick. If you buy a Magician, it's more kind of like you have to ask the person you bought the bike from for parts. And I think that's just not a very good way to do things, I guess. And that's what sucks for me, is that I love the Magician, and I'm still buying the Magician, so I don't want y'all to think that. It's just, this is something to think about if you're somebody that would worry about parts or worry about trying to find cross-compatible things, like what will work on a Hawk or that would work on a Magician too. So that's just something to think about. But yeah, like if you want TBR7 parts, partskit.com, TaoTao Now I will tell y'all this. Don't ever order from TaoTao Parts Direct without checking Parts Kit first, because they are always cheaper. Always cheaper. And Dustin Seegers, chime in on the comments where you order parts from. But yeah, Hawk parts, a lot of the parts are with the CSE TT250. Incredible motorcycle. But yeah, let's talk about that. I was talking with Dustin the other day. It looks like $2,700 is the start price for the new ones. It's like, yeah, I don't know. That's a little heavy on the wallet for me being in the China bike scene in the first place. But my opinion, that's my opinion. But yeah, it's a great little cruise today though. I've got a little bit of cooler wind coming in and hitting me. I've kind of stopped riding the way I used to. I'm not full throttle all the way to the wall now, because this bike doesn't have to be anymore. Like I talked to a few of y'all, and y'all seen in the previous video, 70, 72 is normal for this thing now. So it's like, before I'd ride it like I stole it all the time, because it's just kind of like, well, that's the best it'll do, so why not do that? But it's more than enough. But yeah, I'm just happy. I just hopped on this bike and fired her up, and she went. But yeah, this cluster right here though, let's talk about clusters again. This is my favorite motorcycle cluster that you can get, that's available in Universal. And it was a pain in the butt to wire up. And I don't know, maybe eventually I can find a source to be able to have those pre-made plug and play for the Hawk and the TBR7. But the TBR7 and the Hawk clusters I'm talking about are plug and play. The TBR7, once you plug it in, you run your power wire to your battery. That's one wire, and you tap into your tachometer wire, which comes off your pulsar coil. It comes with instructions, super simple stuff to do. You could be done with the install in 15 minutes if you work quick. Now, with this cluster, me not knowing anything and trying to translate horrible Chinese English, it took me, yeah, actually 2 days, maybe another day later on, of actually trying to figure out why my speedometer wasn't working or my clock wasn't keeping time. And that was simple. It's just the instructions were not there to tell you to use one of those wires for your power. So yeah, but now that's figured out, so grateful for that. It's just a good running bike. You see, check out the idles now, 3,000 RPM. That's not a great idle for a motorcycle. But it's better than me trying to idle at 300 RPM, I guess. she's doing good. She feels like she'll get away from you. Oh, I completely forgot. I wanted to do one of those speed runs. The 0 to 60 for this little guy here. And, I saw they were talking about that. They really don't do 0 for 60s for this bike because a lot of people's bikes aren't doing 60 mile an hour yet. There's a lot of people, depending on how they're tuned, what their just what their setup is. Whether they're running a pod filter or they're still running a stock airbox, which basically forces you to run lean, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Can be said differently, because if you live in an area that doesn't need a jet bigger than an 88 or 100, I feel like the airbox really needs to go or to be bypassed. A lot of people have been using those things for the airboxes as storage. I think that's probably the most creative thing you could do. But yep, well, that's a short video for today. I really appreciate y'all tuning in. I just really missed y'all. I've been moving into the new house and everything, and yep, so that's just what that scenario is. But it's always good to talk to you guys, and if y'all have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm not a master on these bikes, but I know enough. So if y'all need anything, reach out to me, feel free. I'm gonna put my email in my YouTube channel as well, because I feel like that could be important for y'all to see. But cool beans, hopefully everything is well with everybody, and y'all stay safe. Don't ride like I do without gear. I know it's my bad example, but y'all rocking. I will see you soon.